Hello everybody and welcome to the Spiderfella channel. I am Spiderfella and this channel is pretty much dedicated to action figures and collectibles and mainly just for discussions and stuff like that. I'm mainly doing this just to interact with people and just, have a good time just recording videos and stuff. Expect just anything about, collecting and stuff like that, and I hope to make more videos soon. For now, we are going to stick with Marvel Legends, and this is sort of something I've kind of been doing, and I'm really excited to show you guys. I mean, it's not much right now, but I'll be showing off kind of what I have planned, and then a bit more of my collection once I'm done. So let's just get started. So right here is my Marvel Legends shelf. It actually got moved. It used to be on the other side of my room, but we put up a new shelf. And this is sort of what we have so far. This isn't my entire collection, but this is all the figures I want displayed on this shelf for right now. Um, and yeah, so I think this is a pretty good amount. Obviously, they're taking up a lot of space, but once they're kind of all put together and all that, they won't be all like mushed. They won't be all mushed together, or they will, but like they won't take up as much space once they're all kind of posed and where I want them. Now there are some figures that I want to get like replaced or new figures. Or not really replaced, but just kind of put them in that position and stuff instead of still keeping the other ones, but you know what I mean. Like for example, this Morbius, I'm not really into the new modern design that they've sort of gone with. I really want to get like the older one because I just think that one looks better and I'm more familiar with that one. And then the lizard, I feel like this lizard is very underrated, but I still really like it. But I definitely want to, if I ever do get that Walmart exclusive lizard from the retro wave, I will get that. And there's a couple characters that you'll notice that are kind of missing right now, that I want, like the Vulture from the 2020 Demogoblin wave, I believe that was from 2020, and just other characters here and there. Kind of just want to build up a nice display, but as you see, kind of goes from like Life Foundation symbiotes to B-level villains, and then all the way to uh, like more of the greatest villains of Spider-Man. Yeah, J. Jonah Jameson is like the greatest Spider-Man villain of all time, you know? But then we got some of the allies, I guess, sort of lined up here. I'm definitely planning on getting more uh, characters for this display, but for right now, this is kind of who I've decided I want to put up there. But that's about that. And I will more than likely make a video of the display once it's finished, but those are the characters so far, and all their accessories. Yeah, in fact, all my Marvel Legends accessories are located elsewhere, so that's why some of them look like they're kind of empty. But now I figured I could show you the rest of my collection. So yeah, let's get straight to that. I keep them all bagged and everything right here. So this is the rest of my Marvel Legends. They're all bagged and stuff. The reason why, in fact, they all used to be on that display, but the reason why I took them all out is because I want to make space for other characters. Like, as much as I love Spider-Man, as you could probably tell, I would like some other characters on my display. So you'll notice a lot of these are from 2018 and forward because that's when I started collecting the modern Hasbro line of Marvel Legends. So in fact, you might even be some older ones in here. I'm not exactly sure, but I know most of them are from 2018. So without further ado, let's just kind of go through this the rest of the collection. So starting off, we have the Monster Venom Wave Spider Ham. Um, not a very articulated figure, but I mainly got him just for the chest piece of the Monster Venom. Um, so yeah, not much to say about him, honestly, but I guess a cool display piece. We also got, I guess we have Ultimate Spider-Man. So I actually really do like this figure a lot because I love Ultimate Spider-Man, not the show, but the comic. Um, was the Walmart exclusive 2-pack where he came with Vulture. Now, I love this figure, but my main gripe with it is that it only comes with these wall-crawling hands, a fist, and a flipping hand. Why don't we have 2 fists and 2 flipping hands? That would have been awesome. But unfortunately, he doesn't come with that. So it's really disappointing for me because I don't want to have to get the other Ultimate Spider-Man that comes with all that because I love the colors on this one so much more. So I don't know if I will pass on the other one or if I'll, buy it, but I really wanted to make, I wanted to put him on the display and all that at some point with certain Ultimate characters, but he's just, right now I just kind of want to focus on other characters right now, but still a great figure. Really good articulation for his size, so yeah, there we go, there's Ultimate Spider-Man. We also have the Miles Morales Spider-Man. This was from the Space Venom Build-A-Figure wave. Came with an arm, and actually he came with 2 flip hands, 2 fists, 2 wall-crawling hands, and a Miles Morales face. Don't know why they couldn't have just done the same thing for the Vulture 2-pack, but oh well. The other Peter Parker Spider-Man does come with all that stuff in the Space Venom wave. So hopefully, yeah, like I mentioned before, I'd like to get that one. But this is an alright figure. I mainly just wanted a Miles for for a Marvel Legends display, and yeah, I'm not super into Miles, but you know what? I just was like, why not, right? It didn't cost me that much anyway either, so that was cool. We also have Venomized Miles. Now, I believe this is from the Marvel Spider-Man show from 2017. I tried watching the first episode, and I could not get through it at all. It just did not feel like Spider-Man to me. And, I'd rather, watch a show I actually want to watch. And apparently, I think there was, this thing called Maximum Venom or something in the show where characters turned into symbiote or got bonded with symbiotes, and I guess Miles was one of those people. Now this figure's alright. He comes with a piece from the Deadpool for the Venom Pool Build-A-Figure wave. But he only comes with a Build-A-Figure piece, and he doesn't come with any extra hands or anything. So that is really disappointing, but the one, I can really say I love his head articulation. I mean, he can look up really far and all around. It's really good head articulation. Maybe not the best figure, but I still, I think he's still a fun figure to pose around with. So yeah, there's Venomized Miles. Let's see. We also got Cyborg Spider-Man from the Retro wave. This was a Target exclusive, and yeah, he's a cool figure. I would love to display him with Deathlock if I ever get that figure, but yeah, I think the concept is cool, the origin is cool. Really want to get that Deathlock at some point, because then I could display him with Spider-Man, so that would be cool. But yeah, I would honestly, I believe this is the Sunfire body, but I really want to see a modern Spider-Man with this kind of build. With this, where he's kind of like semi-muscular, but not too skinny either, because I feel like this would be an awesome 90s body for Spider-Man, but they just really haven't utilized that much yet. I really like how they're kind of giving Spider-Man in Marvel Legends, anyways, make him more muscular, because that's kind of the Spider-Man I grew up with, where he's more like buffed out and stuff. But I think this would be an awesome body to see again on Spider-Man, just without a metallic arm and stuff like that. I feel like that would be really cool. Anyways, good figure. And this is the Negative Suit Spider-Man. I might as well show this now. This is, another Target exclusive. Yeah, I really do like this figure a lot. I'll show you in a minute, but this is the Pizza Spidey body, and I have the Pizza Spider-Man, but I'll get into why I don't like my copy. But I really like posing this one around too. He's really good and articulated. He comes with flipping hands, these fist hands, and then the wall crawling hands, and a negative zone pizza. So that was pretty cool. And he's also part of the retro collection. I really like this guy a lot. He's cool. Just get an extra bag. But here is the Pizza Spidey. Now, I do like this body. I think it's really cool. Just my copy sucks because, one, I got it secondhand. Two, his neck is really loose. His neck joint is super, super loose, and I've been trying everything to get it to tighten up, but I can't for some reason, and it's just really annoying. And he has a really clicky ab crunch, which is annoying for me. The Ultimate Spider-Man one has it too, but yeah, I know you have to put grease in it, like some kind of grease material in it. I kind of forget what it's called, but I know that can help. But and the seller didn't even include everything that he was supposed to come with. But and of course the main thing I wanted was the wall crawling hands, but he doesn't come with those, or the seller didn't give me those. So that was disappointing. And the main disappointing thing was the neck joint, which I was really upset about. But that's why you always make sure you check. And I checked, but they never mentioned the neck was loose. But maybe at some point I'll get another one. But then again, that Spinneret and Spider-Man 2-pack is coming out, and that's more of a modern Spider-Man anyways, so I might not even need to get a new Pizza Spidey, but there he is. Also got something else that also uses the Pizza Spidey body, I believe, and that is the House of M Spider-Man. His arms at one point, or hands at one point, got super, super loose. But I managed to fix them, so that's cool. He's not really my favorite, because he doesn't really come with anything, other than, you know, a Build-A-Figure piece. I believe he was also part of the Lizard Wave. Or no, wait, wait. What am I saying? He was part of the SPDR Wave. He came with the head, I believe. Yeah, he did, because that's the only piece that I have, so yeah, I would like to build that SPDR Build-A-Figure, because that one looks really cool, but yeah, there's the House of M Spider-Man. Pretty good figure. I don't know if he's that expensive, so you might be able to get him pretty easily, but also got Spider-Punk. This was actually my first Spider-Man from 2018, when I first started getting the modern Hasbro Marvel Legends. He was the first one I got. He wasn't like the traditional Spider-Man, but I still really liked him. I think the head sculpt is really, really cool. Without the spikes on the mohawk, the spiky mohawk, I would really like to see another Spider-Man figure use that head sculpt, because that is just a cool looking head sculpt. Reminds me a lot of, I don't know, I think Todd McFarlane, but I don't know. I feel like his eyes would be a lot bigger if it was Todd McFarlane, but still really like those eyes. I love sharp, big, expressive Spider-Man eyes a lot. Next we got, who is this? We got the Ultimate Vulture. This was the one more exclusive figure that came with the Ultimate Spider-Man. I have his wings off right now, because obviously if I had the wings with me, he wouldn't even fit in this. He also came with an extra head, which was the bald head. Now this isn't actually Adrian Toomes. I forget the character who is the Vulture in the Ultimate Comics. I keep forgetting his name, because Adrian Toomes is supposed to be the Vulture, but this isn't actually Adrian Toomes. This is a different person. So I forget who that character is, but there you go, Ultimate Vulture. This is, I like I mentioned before, you know, I really do want to get that Vulture, because I don't think that they're going to make a retro Vulture, because if they were going to, they wouldn't have released a new Vulture this same year in the style of the retro figures and release a Vulture. I feel like if they were going to release a retro Vulture, they would have waited a little bit longer. And the Vulture, the modern one that's out right now, looks like a retro kind of figure, so I think it's still worth it to get. So I probably will get that one at some point. That is like my most wanted Spider-Man character, Marvel Legend, that I want right now. So there we go, Ultimate Vulture. We also got, here is Typhoid Mary. Now, I don't know too much about this character, but I do know that she first appeared in a Daredevil comic, and she's also interacted with Spider-Man on a few occasions. And that's all I know about. I really don't know anything about the character other than that. But yeah, she came with the piece. She was in the Monster Venom Build-A-Figure wave, so kind of had to get her to build the figure, but cool figure, you know. We also got a Spider-Woman, and I say a Spider-Woman because there's multiple. And these are all the accessories she comes with. She also was part of the Lizard Build-A-Figure wave. Just don't know what piece she had. I thought it was the chest piece, but then again, I think a lot of these are the chest piece, but I believe this was the chest piece one that she came with. At one point, I actually lost her, what would you call those, glasses? Or, I don't know, visors? I don't know what you would call them, but anyways, I lost those at one point, but I found them again, and they weren't broken, so that's cool. Because for a while, I lost them, and that was not fun. I hate losing stuff. Also got Gwenpool here. She was also part of the Lizard Build-A-Figure wave. I believe she came with the tail. It's a cool figure. She comes with like katanas and stuff like that. So, you know, cool figure. Not much to say about her. We also got actual, we got Deadpool here. This is the one that was just a single release, I believe, and he came with a bunch of different stuff. So, I don't know if it was called the Deluxe Deadpool or not, but I know he came with a lot of different things. So, he came with like an extra head sculpt, katanas, guns, bazookas, and all that. Really cool figure. The only problem is his waist, his ab crunch is a little loose, but not super loose actually. It's still pretty good, but just a little bit. But yeah, cool figure. Also got Spider-Woman. I believe this was the first Spider-Woman. No, wait, what am I saying? This is not the first Spider-Woman. This is the Spider-Woman that was in Secret War. The first Secret Wars in the 80s. So, yeah, she came with an accessory. I actually found her at GameStop, so that was cool. Because I was looking for more Spider characters. If I can find... I don't get every Spider character, but if I can find them for cheap, I'll get them. Because, I'm just a huge Spider-Man fan. Anyways, there's Spider-Woman. I also got... I forget if she's called Spider-Woman in the Ultimate Comics, but... she's in the Ultimate Comics, and, she's Peter Parker's female clone. And, when that whole clone saga thing in the Ultimate Comics happened and stuff, and I saw her, she was, like, dirt cheap at a toy shop, and I was like, oh, man, I gotta get this, because she's really cool. They also had a Diamond Select Superior Spider-Man figure, so I definitely got that as well, because I love that storyline. Anyways, she's a cool figure. Probably my favorite female Spider character that I have right now. I definitely want to get Silk, though, because Silk is really cool. And Spider-Girl, like Mayday Parker, is one of my favorites. Definitely between Silk and Mayday Parker. I want to get both of those figures at some point, because those are my favorite female Spider characters with the Spider powers. We also got a Venomized Ghost Spider. So she came with something from the Venompool Build-A-Figure wave. I don't know what, but she did come with it. It's a cool figure. Interesting concept of the tongue with teeth on it. But I think it's cool, though. And she has, like, the vest in it, or the vest and everything. I think that's really cool. Yeah, cool figure. Not much to say, but still cool. Because I probably would have more to say if I ever watched that, but I didn't ever watch it. And one of my absolute favorite Marvel Legends in my collection, the Superior Spider-Man. I love this comic, man. Love that comic. It's like where Dr. Octopus goes into the mind of Peter Parker and becomes the new Spider-Man and promises to be the Superior Spider-Man after he basically, like, was in a fight with Spider-Man, managed to get into his mind, but then he shared memories with Peter Parker, so it was like he was experiencing those memories too. He didn't want it, but then Peter Parker was dying inside Doc Ock's body, because his body at that point was super old, and was dying, and was like, you gotta be the new Spider-Man now, and then he vowed to be the Superior Spider-Man. Now, this is actually the second suit he wears. Now, honestly, I would really love to see a Marvel Legends version of the first suit that he has, where it's black and white with claws on the hands and a claw toe, I think, or just where the toe sticking out and stuff. because we only have a Diamond Select version of that, and I'd love to see a Marvel Legends version. Now, I know that this comic is old. It's almost a decade old at this point. If not, it is a decade old. Yeah, actually, yeah, it's almost a decade old at this point. So, I believe, yeah. I think so. 2013, right? Yeah, so it must, yeah. It's almost a decade old. It's crazy. But I would honestly, for Spider-Man 60th anniversary this year, I would really love to see a Fursuit of Superior Spider-Man. Now, mine kind of has a bad paint mishap right there. It's kind of bad, but I might go over it with some black paint and stuff and fix it up a bit. I'm not that good at, you know, doing the web lines and stuff, so that's why I would only do the eyeball, but or the eye or the part of the mask for the eye, but still love this figure a lot. This was part of the Ultimate Green Goblin wave, and that is my most wanted Build-A-Figure because I love Ultimate Green Goblin. This Green Goblin is my favorite, so Ultimate Green Goblin's just really cool. Here we have Absolute Carnage. Now, this was the Carnage that came with the Venom pool as well, and recently they've brought Carnage back in the latest Carnage. Well, in the latest Carnage run. You know, Cletus Cassidy's no longer the host of Carnage. Carnage is actually just himself. He still has like a humanoid like body proportions, but he's just himself without Cletus Cassidy. And he's like killed so far, like, yeah, so far he's killed Hydro Man and the Spot and absorbed their powers, and oh my gosh, such a good comic. Probably my favorite Marvel comic right now. I have been loving Carnage right now, man. And it's an ongoing series, so that's even better. Shows how sadistic this character is, and man, I love it. Great figure, too. You got like a bunch of different sculpting works on him. He's not just a repaint of Carnage. This is like pretty much the definitive Marvel Legends Carnage if you want to. He even comes with more of a comic look for Carnage's face, so if you don't want to have the Absolute Carnage look on him, then you don't have to. And it's also sculpted as well, but I prefer to have the Absolute Carnage figure have the Absolute Carnage head, because I just think it looks really cool. Alright, so the next figure we have is Agent Venom. Now, I like this figure, but I don't like the ball hips. Not at all. So if we get a redo of this figure, I probably won't get it, but that'd be cool if they did for people who like Agent Venom. I like Agent Venom. Flash Thompson and stuff. You know, I think it's a pretty cool figure. Aside from the ball hips, but design-wise, very cool. They made an Agent Anti-Venom, which is basically just a repaint, but still cool. Didn't pick up that one, though, because I was like, oh, I'm not that into Agent Venom. I do like it, I'm just not that into it, so saved me some money. Also got the Walmart exclusive Venomized Captain America. And it's funny, I don't even have a regular Captain America, but I have a Venomized Captain America. I got this figure because I just really liked the color scheme and the sculpting. I really liked it a lot, and that was a cool figure to get. I do want to get the 20th anniversary cap, though, because that one looks really good, so probably will pick that one up at some point. Anyways, he came with like a shield, and it had like the symbiote goop on it and stuff, and it covered the star and all. Oh, it's just so cool, and the metallic blue and everything. Oh man, blue's my favorite color, so obviously I'm gonna gush a bit over like something with really cool blue color scheme on it, with a really cool blue scheme color or color scheme. Right here we got Spiderman Noir. This is the one that also came with the lizard Build-A-Figure piece. Don't know what piece it came with. I have his gun. Oh, I lost one gun. That sucked. I remember. I don't know where it went, but I still have one of them, so that's cool. I'm looking to probably get some more of like accessories on eBay and stuff, just buying random Marvel Legends accessories, because I still have most of mine, but it's like, I'd like some more, you know, just to have the variety. But I really like this figure a lot because he has like a trench coat, you know. One thing that would make him even better is having the fedora. Now, I know in some interpretations he doesn't have it, and the comic that this is inspired by doesn't have the fedora, but I think a fedora would be really cool. It would make it look twice as cool. And I know Hasbro is making a Marvel Legends version of the one from Spider-Verse, so that's cool. And Nicolas Cage played him, and I was just so excited because I really do like Nicolas Cage as an actor. Next we got Venom from the Monster Venom Build-A-Figure wave. I have the Eddie Brock head on right now, because I have the Retro Venom over there, so I put the Eddie Brock head on. It's a little loose, but because it's an older figure, but nothing some nail polish won't clear nail polish won't fix. Still cool. It's kind of a dated figure, but I still like it a lot. I still like it. This was my first Marvel Legends Venom, so... Well, actually, it wasn't my first Hasbro. Actually, it might have been my second. I don't know. Because I know I have another one, but not like with the same sculpt, but it's just a different Venom. I believe the one I had was like a Matt Gargan Venom from early Hasbro days. I don't know if that counted as a Marvel Legend, but... Anyways, there we go. I don't know what piece he came with, but he's a cool figure. I love the Eddie Brock head, though. I would love to get just a muscular-ish body and put Eddie Brock in a display. That would be so cool. We need a Harry Osborne figure, now that I think about it. We really do, because we have, you know, Gwen and Mary Jane. We need more human characters, or just characters with no superpowers. Alright, so next we have the old Mysterio. His arms used to be super loose, but I fixed them, so that's cool. And you can kind of see, like, he has, like, a skull body with, like, octopus limbs coming out of him. Really cool. Came with some effects and stuff. I believe he was also part of the Lizard Build-A-Figure wave. I think so, yes. But I love the retro one because those colors are... I love the colors on that one so much better. And that's how, like, I would see Mysterio back then, and, you know... Mysterio's always been one of those, like, really cool characters. And we've seen him in recent years, too, so... That's a cool figure. Let's see what else we got. We also got Poison. I believe this is when the Poison combined with a symbiote. And I believe, and I think Peter Parker might have been in there. I forget. I don't really know too much about the Poisons. I just know that they kind of combine. They can combine with symbiotes or something and become kind of like... have this crab shell look to them, and I think this is really cool. I put this in a bigger bag because I didn't want those to get warped, but they might get warped, I don't know. He was also part of the Monster Venom wave. I believe Peter Parker was inside the symbiote as the Poison hooked onto him, but I could be wrong. I never really read that. But another figure we have is Cloak. Right here, I would love to get a dagger because, you know, Cloak and Dagger. But I did get Cloak. I like how his, like, hands are somewhat translucent because, I don't know, that's just cool to me. And the figure overall is just a really cool body. I was thinking about making a custom out of him, but honestly, I realized that I like him better just as Cloak. And, yeah, I need to get Dagger at some point, so. Older figure, but still cool. And then here we have Movie Venom. Now, this is an awesome figure. He's tall, which is really accurate because he's tall in the movie, and I really do like the figure a lot. This was one of those, like, figures that you just kind of had to get, I guess. I loved this figure when it came out. I still do. It's still a really cool figure. I love the poses you can make him get into, and he's just one of those figures, man. So cool. The movies are okay. The Venom movies are okay, but you know what? The figure's cool, so that's what matters, I guess. Now here's that Venompool Build-A-Figure I was talking about. For the life of me, I could never manage to put the sheaths that hold the katanas onto his back, like, kind of harness, I guess. Could never get them on. It was just so... I don't know why. I just couldn't get it on, but... Still really awesome. Like, I love how his, like, upper body is just so bulky, and then he's got shorter legs and stuff. It's just so cool, man. One of the best Build-A-Figures, like, of recent years, man. Really cool. And then we have this is the Monster Venom Build-A-Figure. Really cool. It's kind of a purple metallic-y sort of thing going on here. This is Matt Gargan, so this isn't Eddie Brock. This is based off of Matt Gargan, I believe, so cool figure, you know. But the other one in here, the last one I have in here, I like better because it just looks better to me. This is just the single release of... It was a repaint, a variant, if you want to call it that, of the Matt Gargan Monster Venom Build-A-Figure, and I like this one more. Just, you know, there's some slight shades of blue here and there. Might be hard to see because he's in the bag, but, you know, I guess right here you can see it. But he's just, I just like this one better, just because, one, he's not as loose, and he came in a single pack at GameStop. I believe he was like $30 at the time, but, you know, with Hasbro recent price hikes, you know, probably would be worth 40 back then if the price hikes were as, like, went as far as back then. But still, really cool monster Venom figure. I think that's a cool one. So, anyways, that was all of the figures in the bin. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to making more videos like this soon. And yeah, stay tuned.